Hello, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, man. Very exciting. Safe Space Saylee show is finally here. I'm very excited. Make sure I hope this is not too long. Too loud. So let's look. Let me let everyone know. First, welcome in. Welcome in. My name is Daniel Saylee, Mr. Saylee on that part. So I want to start it like this. I got a theme song. It's gonna, like I said, guys, how we're starting this out. We don't have everything going on how it's supposed to, but we're gonna learn along the way. So I created a song even for the show. It's called The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. So right there, that's it. That's how we started. So welcome in, guys. I hope that everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is doing great. This is the first time I'm live on TikTok, so I've been wanting to do this for probably the last month. But I want individuals to know this is an area we're not gonna have any guests, today. Not gonna have any guests today. This is my first one on TikTok. I wanted to break it open. I wanted to break it open first and let individuals know, like, hey, all right, I'm here and I gotta show individuals how it's done. And I know guys that may, freeze on that end, but we're gonna make sure we take care of everything on that part. So how I want to start is just letting individuals know, like, hey, it's almost like, okay, whether you're at home or you're at work, when you hear my voice, you're supposed to know. And then we'll learn, as you guys will learn that you're growing, you're supposed to know, like, all right, I'm in a calm setting. I'm in a cool place. I can relax and be calm because I know what I'm getting ready to hear or what I'm getting ready to deal with is something for me. It gives me my elevation. Something that I'm putting time towards to make sure that I'm good. That's what this is for. That safe space, it's mainly for individuals who aren't heard. It's mainly for individuals who don't have anyone to speak with. It's like, dang, can I come to a certain area where I actually feel good on this end? Or do I have an area where I could come in and feel like, all right, I know what I need? Do I know what I need? Just a certain space that really showed me, like, all right, I'm cool and calm. I can be welcomed in, all ages. So I don't want individuals, all creeds, all cultures. This is really a self-love, channel on this end. That's why I call it the Safe Space Saylee Show. It's really a certain situation where it's like, all right, I need to make sure I'm good everywhere, anywhere. And I'm going to save this at the end too as well. Hopefully we remember. So it's like, hey, sometimes even if you just need to hear the voice, like, oh, man. And his voice was so calm and his voice was so cool. I really just loved the vibe, what he was bringing in. Really loved what he was doing. Because remember, this is really for us. So I don't want individuals to say, oh, no, man, he's doing it for the public. It's for the world. But I'm a part of the world. So I want to make sure individuals know, not only is it for you, but it's also for me too. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to make sure you guys are feeling not only calm, but even myself. If I'm calm and I'm good, I know I can make sure others are calm and good. Setting that safe space for individuals. I got a few notes, guys. It's the first time, man. I got a few notes in. I want individuals to know this. The reason why we're even starting this. Why start this, Saylee? Why start the Safe Space Saylee show? Why bring this about? Because we're at a time on the planet really right now. This happened before too, but I was just noticing that individuals have a high stress level. There are certain stress levels that are going around. But the thing is, people need to be more at ease within self. Whether you're raising your children, whether you're, regardless of where you're at on the planet. Just think about it. What if I was the person to bring peace and calmness to my area? What if that's on you? If that's on you, you realize, like, hold on, man, I got a powerful duty. I got something that I need to do. I got to remain peaceful just to make sure that I can, I'm sorry, on that end, guys. They got these pop-ups. I don't know on this first live. But I got to remain calm and cool just to make sure that my area is good. Make sure that my particular slice or portion of the planet is calm, is cool. I'll go in a little bit about today. Earlier today, I was at the Social Security office. Guys, I want to share a little bit of my story too. I got to let individuals know I was diagnosed with MS, so this was in 2020. And the reason even why I'm bringing this in about the self-love is because there was a time when I was abandoned. I didn't really have no one to turn to, dealing with a new diagnosis on that end, not really knowing what to do. Like, hold on, man, why me? But instead of why me, why not me? I should. And it kind of led me to believe and to know within myself, like, all right, I got a situation I'm dealing with right now that no one likes. No one doesn't like this situation, but how can I shift my view, about it on that end? How can I shift my view about it? I remember going to the hospital, and it's wild even finding out this, because I was really homeless at the time too. So you're going to a hospital. I was in Cali at that end. Shout out to California Hospital on that end. They did a lumbar puncture on me. I took that like a champ as well too. And I remember after they did that, not having anywhere to go. So imagine, I know hospitals not supposed to place you out or outside on that end, but they didn't really have anywhere to put me, anywhere to place me. So I remember being rolled out on a wheelchair, outside. I'm in pain because after the lumbar puncture, you got a headache, head is hurting on that end. And I'm just like, man, what am I really going to do? I'm really at a point now, I had no place to turn, no place to really go on that part. And it was very, very difficult. Like, dang, okay. I have to realize, like, all right, I'm in a position that's challenging, that's tough, but what am I gonna do? Am I gonna stay down? Am I gonna be mad at myself? Or am I gonna give myself some more love? Meaning by that, give myself some calmness, give myself some peace. Am I gonna motivate myself to say, hey man, I can make it through? Just because I'm going through this difficulty. And one of my slogans too that I always say, this won't last forever. So with me, it was like, all right, you're going through this tough situation, you can't reach out really to family right there on that end. So what do you have? You just have you. You have to make sure you make it through to see the next day or the next moment on that part. So this is another, and I'll share some more too, but this is another reason why why I created this safe space. I've been doing it on Instagram and sharing it to Facebook, which I will do the same with these, but I needed individuals to know, like, okay, you have individuals that really do care and that want to see you be good, that want to see you be calm, want to see you be peaceful, want you to be at ease. You know that life is tough. Life is tough on that end. But if you needed to go through a certain difficulty to grow and to learn, like, hey man, I needed this particular point in my life to be exactly where I'm at right now. If I didn't have those difficulties for me, I really don't know where I would be. So it showed me, it taught me a real true lesson. Like, hey man, all right, you gotta make sure that you love you, because you don't have anyone right now to show you that. So if you don't have anyone else to show you that, can you show you that? Can you show yourself? Can you give yourself that grace? Can you give yourself that calmness, that peace, that tranquility? What will it take to give you that situation, that ease, that comfort? You know, one other thing too. I want to bring in what I was talking about today at the Social Security office, guy. There was a guy who was sharing a story with me. You know, he was almost sleeping at the time, and he was just like, some days really get too tough. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, you know, to tomorrow, but I feel strong. But a lot of times I want to give up. And I've been seeing this lately. A lot of people saying that. That's two individuals I spoke to. They feeling like, oh man, the world is bad. The world is tough. Be that example for individuals to let them know, hey man, you still got kind people. You still have loving people. You still have some exciting people. You still have some peaceful people that are in this world. They're willing to take, all right, 5, 10, 20 minutes, even 30 minutes of their time to give to you. I don't know if that would have saved somebody's life. Let's say they were on your last string. You're like, man, I'm done with humanity. I don't believe in them anymore. But then you come across somebody like me, or let's say someone like yourself, that can give, you know, some understanding. It's like, all right, now, everyone isn't like this. I was getting ready to spaz on the whole world. But then I met an individual that showed me that, no, humanity can be kind. Humanity can be nice. Humanity can be kind. You know, humanity can be peaceful. You know, on that part. I want to also let individuals know this. Why this is too important. Let me look at my notes on this part. Why this is actually important. Because it's just what I was saying there. We're on a planet that things are shifting around quickly. So we got to make sure we're creating our own world. I remember talking with a guy, he was saying, okay, there's 8 billion people, but there's also 8 billion worlds. How is your world showing up? How are you creating your own world? How does it look through these lenses, your eyes? Is it a destructive world, or is it a peaceful and calm world? Remember, you lay I'll say it like that, we lay the intention, not only the intention, but we set the mood or the mode or the thermostat, we can say that, of how we live in this life, you know? So it's like, if I'm in a situation where things may be difficult around me, if I'm not loving myself, then it seems like, all right, man, the world is tough. Man, the world doesn't like what I have going on. Or the world is, the world is angry. But then if it's you to bring calmness into your own world, you have to bring that calmness into your own world. You know, I talk with individuals all the time. They're like, Mr. Saylee or Daniel, why are you so calm? Because this is my life. I'm not going to be angry with everyone on that end. I have to remain calm because this is what I want. I want peace. I want calm. And I want tranquility. I want kindness. So I have to be that. Even though it may look tough. It may be tough. Like, dang, man. I don't want to show up kind today, man. I want to be... No. I can't even slip up. One moment. I can't slip up. It's like my reality breaks down, I can't slip up. Be that individual for someone else, but more importantly for yourself. If you want your world to be kind and calm, you have to be that way. And we're going to go over a few things just how to deal with that. We will. We're going to go over a few things. I'm going to be, guys, so the reason even for the show, too, I'm going to set it up probably only on Mondays, but I'm still setting up the times for that as well, too. I'm going to make sure I'm keeping that consistent. You know, I've been doing probably about 6 months on that, but I'm going to make sure that's consistent. I need individuals to know this, like, okay, I have an area where I can go and really just be myself. We'll tell you know, like I said, I will be having some guests to come up on that as well, too. Sometimes we just have a certain question that we need answered. Sometimes we just need to hear a common voice before I go into a certain situation where it is, let's say, negative. I need somebody to boost me up. I need somebody to remain positive. I need somebody to keep me going. You know, I need somebody to show me that, all right, this world isn't cruel. You know, on that part. Let me go into the, so that's really what the show will be about. Bringing peace, freedom, warmth, and clarity. Now, I always say that. I said the song in the beginning, look, the theme song, the freedom to be you, the warmth of non-judgment or no judgment, and the clarity of what you actually need. So, we'll be able to not only speak freely, be non-judgmental. We don't care about, or at least for me, I don't care about the background. And I want to let individuals know I am a counselor. So the reason why, I do this for real, you know, here in Cali, I do this for real. So I love when somebody tells me this, like, oh man, you know, Mr. Saylee, because of you, you know, I wrote this book, or, you know, I left that toxic relationship, or I love myself a little bit more, or, you know, I'm showing my children, you know, how to, you know, take care of themselves. I'm taking some time for myself. I'm not rushing from one thing to the next. I'm actually giving myself the space to be calm, to do things that maybe I haven't done before. Giving myself the space to really be me. You gotta understand, we're still discovering who we are. Imagine if you came up in a household where you couldn't be you, so you grew up your whole life. It's like, dang, I don't even know who I am. I've been showing, you know, this facade, this face that I'm not even there, but I'm hurting, I'm crying underneath to really be me. And this is another reason for the show. I'm not saying that individuals, you should have to cry, have to do that, but it's letting you know, like, all right, dang, there's somebody that's actually speaking that really wants me to be me, that's actually an example he can show that it's safe actually to be myself versus acting or being like, you know, or being like someone else. Yeah, I want to let everyone know that this is not only for what this is about when I'm coming on here, whether it's from on the lives or the videos or what I'm posting on TikTok or anywhere online, is sharing and showing authenticity. This is one of the most powerful things on the planet. I think there was some recent study done. It's more powerful than love. I don't know, 4,000, 6,000% more. So dang, this is the foundation, the basis of the self-love. I got to be real with myself before I'm real with anyone else out there. I have to. So like I was saying before, I'm looking at my notes because I love. Like I was saying before, this is for us. So people don't know, like, for when it comes to this counseling, I really eat, sleep, breathe this. This is my life for the rest of this life. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm going to show up. I know some of my family, they always, hey man, you always in counsel mode? I'm always in counsel mode. I'm always going to be that space for somebody. So this is something for me that works. I have to be that. There is no turning it off. There is no turning it off. So I want to make sure individuals know that as well too. Let's go ahead and get into that next segment, what we're talking about. So like I was saying too as well, I will have guests who will come up. I've spoken to, at least 20 individuals. And there'll be some times where I'll call some individuals up, maybe from the chat as well too. Because I want this space to be created to let individuals know, like, hey, whether you're silently listening from the background or you're like, hold on, Mr. Saylee, I got a real situation. It's not even about what to do. I just need to share it to somebody who will have a real authentic ear to listen. Not somebody who's going to blow me off and say, hey, yeah, man, I've heard it before. No. Be that. Be someone that this is oh my goodness, this is another step of showing the self-love. Valuing even your own issues. Like, hold on, what I'm going through is important. It's important for me. Because sometimes you may not need a certain solution to that issue, but just somebody to hear you out. I just need to get this off of my chest. I just need to get this out because it's actually harming my physical. It's actually harming my physical, my body, because I'm holding in these emotions, whether it's anger, fear, guilt, or shame. Calm down. You gotta release that, guys. Please. Appreciate everybody joining in. You have to release that. And this is what this is for. Oh, I'm so excited even. And I wanted to let individuals know that too. There's some things that you want to do. I was talking to a friend about this. You gotta just get there first. We be wanting to help out everyone and do this. But get there first. Get there emotionally there first. I have all these plans and all these ideas, and I have all that. I have it. But if I didn't do the internal work, I wouldn't be able to come on live or to help individuals out or to let individuals know, hey, now you have a space here. You have an actual area where you can really be yourself. And I know everyone's supposed to be yourself or be authentic or be real, but it's like, it's not really true. I need individuals to feel this. It's more than just hear what I'm saying. When I'm talking, when I first came on, I'm speaking to the heart. So if it can be felt, then you know that it is real. Because you know when somebody's being phony with you. See, I'm so real with myself. I know when somebody's being phony or they're not being authentic with me. Because that's another key. When you're real with yourself, no one can lie to you. No one can lie. Once you're real with yourself, that's another nugget. Once you're real with yourself, no one can lie to you. I want to let you guys know that. So this is another key thing on why being authentic or why loving yourself. Because you'll easily see the individuals that maybe you was friends or family with, and this person didn't even care about me. But I know now because I love me. And it showed me, it revealed who was false, around me, who was untrue, who was maybe scheming or plotting. Me. Remember, guys, this is another term too when individuals say, I'm waiting on your downfall. Yeah, there are some people that are plotting on your downfall. They're like, nah, you don't need to be great. You don't need to do this because I haven't done this yet. I know everyone's talking about, yeah, you can be better, but just not better than me. Yeah, they can save that. They can save that on that end. I need all those people out of my life. And I'm telling my cutoff game now is so strong. Because if you're not bringing any elevation, then you don't have no parts. And we gotta learn to be that strong when setting those boundaries. Like, hold on, I love myself too much to allow somebody just to come in and play with me. No, so we're gonna deal a lot of that with the show, because I'm going a little bit on, but I'm explaining the show and I'm explaining the process. It's gonna be so many developments. Like I said, I've done this before. We were doing this on IG, but this is my first time. I wanted to really set this up on TikTok because I wanted a real show, and I wanted individuals to realize this was a situation that I was going to do that I know was going to reach the planet. I needed to reach more than Cali where I'm at. Well, more than the United States. I needed this to spread out far and wide. I needed it because I know, the Creator has placed something on my heart, and it's like when you got that gift, you can't just hold on to it. You gotta spread it. Everyone on here that has joined or that's on there, you have a gift, so you have to spread it. You gotta share it out. That's another way of showing that you love self. Whether you're singing, hold on, guys. I'm sorry on that part. Whether you're singing, whether you're dancing, whether you're cooking. TikTok just popped up. They was like, hold on. I got the timer set because sometimes I don't want to be on there too long. But you got to make sure you release your gift. That's an important part. Don't hide. Don't just be in the corner waiting. You got a whole gift. And I'm not talking about no cash on here. You got your whole gift that you can shine out to the world. But you in the house, or oh man, it's not safe. I'm not ready yet. Even with this, with the Safe Space Saylee, I wasn't ready. But you gotta get there first. You're never gonna be fully ready for a situation. Make sure that you're placing yourself out so that the world can see you. Just this past weekend, for the MS Walk in Long Beach, shout out to the force, on that end. It was, I didn't know what to expect, but it turned out well. Individuals came together, raising money, raising finance on that end. And it really showed up and showed out. And I'm very, very thankful. Having mama come out there with me was very, very powerful. Because you see individuals that are struggling, but they still showing up. You think they're going to let a medical condition stop them? I don't care what it is. Man, I'm telling the individual, I'm like, even, there were times I was bedbound. But I'm not going to let any of that stop me. I'm not going to let any of it stop me. So that's the part where you have to realize too. Let me go ahead. We're going to talk about the self-love. That's the self-love too. Don't let your situation stop you. What's going on to everyone coming in too? Appreciate everyone coming in. Don't let your situation stop you from being you and from loving you. Having that smile on your face. I'm not talking about, how individuals saying, the faking to me. A lot of times, if you don't know about this self-love, you have to fake the self-love sometime to make it, because you don't know it. You don't know it. So it's like, dang, Mr. Saylee, you telling me I gotta fake. You just talking about authenticity. But if you don't know it, if you've never gone into the mirror and said, man, I love you. That's why I shout out to my boy Pete. Talking about, yeah, man, I go into the mirror every day now and tell myself I love you. When's the last time I was talking to one of my friends, I'm like, when's the last time you actually told yourself you loved you? This is something that changes the planet. And remember I talked about earlier, 8 billion worlds, 8 billion people on the planet, 8 billion worlds. How is your world being built? Is it a loving world? Can you wake up in the morning, your head up high, I'm proud to be me? Even if you're homeless, if you got a medical condition, anything, in that situation. We can't let any um, circumstance stop us from being us or from spreading more love, at least to yourself. That's showing the world how to treat you. Because if I love myself, the people around me, they know, whoa, this man is not only highly confident, he knows who he is. So I can't come around there playing, you're going to get exposed. So this is kind of what the show is. I'm going a little bit longer. I'm going to be here for an hour with you guys. But the thing is, I got my notes. I got my notes on that end. Because maybe, soon, after a week or after a few shows, I'll be able to, I love freestyling. I love it because that's where a lot of the information, comes in when it's not scripted or placed down. Even with some of the things what I talked about today, I didn't have written down. That's, I love that rawness. I love that purity. I know individuals saying, like, okay, this is a situation where I can really be me. And I can show up exactly how I am. Whether I got 100 million showing up to the live, or it's a zero on that live. There's no one there. Hey, man, I love me so much where it doesn't matter. I'm doing this. This is not just for now. This is really for the rest of life. I can have somebody check out this replay, whatever, 5 years from now, and they're like, dang, this was really the first Safe Space Saylee show on TikTok. It was. Dang, man, my man came a while. So now I know I can't give up because I seen where you started. And if you really, really, really seen where I started, you go on the IG like, whoa, this was his first time when he really did it. Yeah. So this is so important. And I'm not with what everyone is talking about. So that's all right. That I know my information that I'm spewing out, it isn't for everyone. It's okay. Sometimes I have a client within a group, it's about 20, 25, and sometimes only one gets it. But then that's who it's for. I remember sometimes if let's say I go into a church or I go into a mosque or I go into a temple on that end, Hindus, anyway, when it comes to me, I'm not one way. Or it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go to this church, or I gotta go to this mosque, I gotta go to this Buddhist temple, or I gotta go to this Catholic church. No, I can walk in anywhere, and I can receive the message because that's me. Some individuals, hey man, they may not be able to. They don't feel as calm with it, but I feel it is me anywhere that I'm at. That's where I am. Remember they say your feet is on holy ground. So on that part, I want to make sure. What I was explaining is like when the message is for you, it's for you. That was the key point I want to make. If it's for you, it's for you. If there's individuals seeing it and hearing it, if it resonates, then it resonates. But if it don't, throw it out. You probably there's probably 1 million people on here. I don't resonate with everyone, even if they are speaking about motivation and inspiration and positivity. Sometimes it just don't sit well with me. So sometimes you got to see that. Remember, everyone isn't for everyone on here. So find your area. You got to make sure that this is what I was saying too, whether it's in cooking or in singing. This is how you find out what's good for you. You got to make sure that you are finding yourself, making sure that I'm doing what's making me happy. And the first step is loving self. Whether that's setting boundaries. Hey, mama, shout out to I want that in. Whether that's setting boundaries or that's just speaking life into yourself. Maybe taking 5 minutes with yourself and saying, you know what? I'm not going to be bothered by any situation. I'm going to allow myself to bask into my own peace. Let's say I don't get peace from anywhere around me. You can get it to yourself. Can you give peace to yourself? I'm not looking for the world to give me anything. I'm not. That's for me. When it comes to that peace and calmness, I can bring it to myself. I know exactly what to do. This is why I'm here for so many people. I'm here to reflect and show you. A lot of times I'm showing individuals how great you are. I know a lot of people that are great. But if you don't feel that you're great, then me looking at it, it's just like, dang. It's almost, you maybe think I'm lying. Like, dang, Saylee, Mr. Saylee, you're lying. Are you telling me that I'm great? But sometimes that's just individuals not believing enough. I don't believe in myself enough. A lot of these times, it starts within. Remember, I think what did Lauren Hill say? How you gonna win if you're not right within? I was thinking about this yesterday. Shout out to Lauren Hill. How you gonna win if you're not right within? And that's it right there. That's the whole show. I'm not gonna wrap up there, but I'm saying that's it. That's what the Safe Space Saylee show is gonna bring. Getting you right within, making sure, like, whoa, I am worthy. I do have value. I have worth. Even if no one sees it. I told you guys, even with my story, I told you guys, we're going to talk about it some more to it, just as the show goes on, or other shows, but I talked about it in the beginning. I was abandoned by everyone. You know? So after getting out of the hospital, it's like, man, I had actually nowhere to go. I was sleeping on the pavement. The pavement. Now, I know some people be like, oh yeah, I'm homeless. I'm not saying if you're not homeless, if you're in your car, that is homeless too. But when you sleeping in your parks, sleeping on the pavement, you know, it's just like that Pursuit of Happiness when Will Smith and his son was sleeping in the bathroom, public bathroom. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. But when you know you're not gonna give up, it don't matter what you go through. I'm ready to go through so much. I can't be stopped. I tell my boy P, I'm like, I am the unbreakable and I am the unstoppable. It's like, dang, man, you can't be broken? No. Not. Because it don't matter how much cash I have, how much friends I have, how many the status individuals may give me or that I have. I give myself those things. The things don't give me value. I give myself value. And that's what the show is on. Giving yourself value. You don't need to have, the 10 Lexuses, the cars, the houses, the home. No. I tell individuals too. And it still shocks people. It still shocks people. The happiest, I'm not saying that I'm not happy now, but I realized even when I was on the streets, I remember it. I'll never forget. It was one of my happiest times. Because you have no one that's judging you. No one don't have nothing to offer you. So you gotta come raw. You gotta come organic. Because I don't have no money to give you. And the love will be shown Hey man, I got this jacket. I found this jacket. Boom, right there. Or we in the tent. Individuals like, oh man, you don't have to be outside. Come in the tent. You know that it's a little bit warmer. I'm not telling anybody to go and experience this. This is not what I'm telling. I'm sharing a bit about what I've gone through and how it makes your situation. You appreciate it. And individuals know like, whoa, okay, nah. He really did go through something. He's not just saying these things. Because when I'm speaking to somebody and my mouth is closed and I'm listening to what I'm saying, I need you to speak. I need you to say what's on your mind. Whether you're homeless too. Some individuals on the street, sometimes people don't even tell them good morning or hello. I need you to know that you're valued. So tell me your life story. I'm not asking for it. But if you feel an urge to share a situation, then share that situation. I got a whole lifetime for you. I got a whole lifetime for you to share your situation. And that's what this safe space is for. I'm going to keep coming back because that's where we at. We at the Safe Space Saylee show. That's what you have to know. There is someone on the earth that cares about everything you went through. Everything you're going through and everything you will go through. I tell my clients all the time, this ain't it. There's going to be more things after. Make sure that you equip yourself with the tools of self-love so you can walk through fire. And I'm not saying you're going to smile at it, but it's tough. But you know that, okay, I'm going to make it through on the other side. I just got to endure the pains, whether it's I'm not having a job or on that end that I want. Because I know a lot of individuals are losing their jobs right now, on that end. But it's like, dang, how am I going to provide for my family? I'm going to tell, man, one of the greatest things you could teach your family right now, this will give the whole family the tools to make it through any situation. And that's the self-love. This ain't no burger or no amount of money. Nah. This is priceless. You can't even buy this. You gotta go through it. You can't buy this. You can't buy self-love. So this is one of the most powerful things you can give anyone on the planet. A way to see my world in a certain way. I can love myself in a certain situation that says, hey man, I got this. I am the unbreakable. Let's go back a few things. We got sometimes that's how it goes. But I also wanted to, I got a session. There's a few things. We're going a little bit off script, but that's how things is. That's how life is. So I want to also ask individuals too, I had that feeling. I wanna let individuals know. We've been on the Safe Space thing. We're only gonna do an hour, guys. We're gonna do an hour. We're almost done. We got about like 15 minutes. But the thing is, I need everyone to check in with themselves. That's what I really need you to do. Where you at? We're gonna go back to grade school. A or F. This is this month so far. Are you at an A, B, C, D, or an F? Place in the comments below. But really, even if you don't place in the comments, just hearing it, think to yourself like, dang, it's 7 days within a month, and I'm at a D. I'm feeling like a D right now. What can I do to lift that up? What have I not been doing to myself to raise my grade? You guys remember in school? If you failing, there's something you ain't doing. Maybe I'm not paying attention. Maybe I keep coming into class late. Maybe I'm not turning in my homework. I'm not studying. This when it comes to the self-love, you gotta study this. For me, why I became the unbreakable. I'm always studying and I'm always working on improving myself. So I'm never done. I'm never done. When it comes time to working on yourself, giving yourself that peace, that love, that tranquility, you have to work on that. Don't just wait for somebody to give you in. No, work on that. At least, if anything, work on yourself more than anything else, because it lets you know that, man, I can go through any situation because I've actually put the work in. That's why I can stand and talk to anyone. I'm the president or homeless man. It don't matter on the street or any, however anyone's looking. The governor or who. My mom, my dad, my brothers, my cousins. I'm all of them. I can speak with all of them. I'm like, what's going on? Because I know I put in the work. I put in that work, so I'm willing to face anyone. Anyone. And to let them know, like, hey, okay, this is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at when it comes to loving myself. When you love yourself, you can approach, anyone. And it's very, very powerful. Why is it powerful? It's because individuals will not be able to frighten you. Or let's say you are frightened. It's just like getting on this live. I was like, dang, it was like the jitters. Like, oh man, to go live for the first time on TikTok, yeah. But then I have to get into a flow. I remember I had a dream. Beyonce was doing on the Safe Space Saylee. We gonna make that happen. Watch. But I remember I'll never forget this. I think it was an interview Beyonce was speaking. She was saying before she gets on stage, she still, has the butterflies or these different things. So it's not, you're not gonna get rid of the feeling, but it's to make sure I'm still gonna show up. Even with being the captain of the MS Walk, I was afraid showing up. Dang, what if no one showed? What if no one donated anything? What if no one, you feel like, oh, dang. But see, you gotta be at a point to it. Let's say no one shows up. No one donates any money. And I can't count on anyone. But as long as I'm there, as long as I can count on myself, oh, then I'm good. As long as I got me to depend on, I'm good. And that's how you gotta move. This is what that self-love brings. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I know this is gonna work. Because it works. Not only with my clients, I've seen it work. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because I know it works. And I know when I'm speaking to individuals, it seems like everyone I'm speaking to now, they're like, oh, I needed to hear this, I needed to hear that. And that's good. I'm glad that you needed to hear it. I'm glad that someone spoke life into you, whether if it was me or who else ever. And I love when even I'm in my class and I'm saying something, I'm speaking something, and they're not receiving it. But then another client comes in and says the same thing, and then they receive it. Cool, whoever it comes through. Hey man, however you receive it. If it was from a YouTube video or something Mr. Saylee said, or something your aunt said, or something your cousin said, then let it come, however it comes through, let it come through that way. I'm not looking for how it's gonna come through, but almost look at, but at least you got it. One thing I wanted to share too, and I was telling individuals, one of my key things for the Safe Space Saylee show, I was like, you gotta get there first. And I'm the example of that. I'm teaching this self-love and expressing this self-love because I've gotten there. And it doesn't, and I was telling my boy P too, I love him because we talked about self-love. When I tell him about the self-love, he always thanking me, and I love it. Well, shout out to P. He's always thanking me on that, and I love that. But I try to let him know, this self-love is a journey. It's like this life. There is no destination. I ain't looking for no destination. Also, you get to this point and then you're done. No, I'm never done. I'm still working on this forever. We ain't gonna get, too spiritual talking about these different lives, but we not gonna go into that part. We're gonna deal with what we can handle. We're gonna deal with what we can handle. Make sure that you're getting there first. It's very important that you show up for yourself. Because I want to let everybody know this. Whether you see, I'm going to bring up the live, I'm going to show up the replay. Everyone's going to let you down. Just make sure you don't let you down. The people that you love the most, you place very high. Like, oh, I placed them up there. But they going to let you down too. They going to say something to you that crushes you. They may say something to you that, dang, this person can say this? Dang, this person said this to me. If I didn't love myself, I would have been broken down. It would have took everything out of me. So know this, everyone will let you down. But if you don't let you down, then you good for the rest of this life. I'm telling you, if you don't let you down. Like I said, I don't care if you in a shelter, you on the streets, you at a job you may not like it right now. If the job is bringing you anger, shame, and disgust, move out of that situation. Move out of that situation. And I'm not trying to tell individuals, oh yeah, find a new job. Hey, it's tough to find a new job. But with this loving of self, how much do you believe that you're going to be good regardless? This is how we place in the value and retrusting in self. Like, whoa, do you think you can't find something else? It's just like being in a broken relationship. Oh yeah, I'm just there because I just need somebody there. You're in a broken relationship. You don't feel that there's no one else out there? Not even if there's no one else out there. Don't expect no one to give you what you haven't given you. Can you give yourself that love? When you be in that situation of self-love, you giving yourself so much, individuals gonna approach you. They know they can't just come half-stepping. Come with 100%. Make sure that you are requiring a lot. Whether it comes to peace, whether it comes to love, whether it comes to joy. There's a chart that I will share on here as well too. I'll probably post it. But it's an emotions, a chart. And I told my boy E, this is not the same Pete, this is my homeboy E. I told him, I see everyone's life on the planet right on this small sheet of paper. I'm glad they printed out in a small sheet. Very small sheet of paper. Everyone's life is there. So it goes basically, it talks about joy, freedom, calmness, being okay, being anxious, guilt, shame. So it goes through all of the list of the emotions. And I'm like, dang, this is why I see everyone's life on here. Because it's right there. I look at anyone. I can look at my mom, my pops, my brother, this stranger, this homelessman, this doctor, this nurse. They're right there. So I know exactly where you're at. If you've put in that work, you can see it. So I know exactly where you're at. If you've put in that work, you can see it in. We almost out here. We got about like 7 minutes left. We're gonna close out with a song too, and then I'm gonna call. Definitely call him back. We almost out here. We got about like 7 minutes left. We're gonna close out with a song too, and then I'm gonna call. Definitely call him back. I want individuals to know you can get to where I was saying threw me out. You can not only get to where you're going, but let's say if you are peaceful, if you are calm, you gotta get to that level of freedom and that joy. Once you get there, you look at, dang, where I used to be. You like, dang, I don't even get. I remember my boy E asked me, he was like, dang, Daniel, when's the last time that you got angry? And I really don't remember. But that's a good situation for me. I can't even remember because I'm so in charge of my own happiness and my joy. It's not gonna benefit me to get angry. I'm not saying that, oh man, he never gets angry and he never does. No. I'm just saying I don't remember. It's not a world that I like to live in. Why would I be in a situation where anger rules that part? That means I'm not really loving myself enough. I need joy and freedom, peace and calmness all the time. I know individuals talk about heaven and hell and all that. That's right there. It ain't in no place. I don't want to get too religious. I don't want to offend nobody on that part. But look, if joy, peace, and freedom is at the top, and fear, doubt, and disgust and shame is at the bottom, heaven and hell's right there. I can't wait. I'll post the picture because I know you guys like, man, what is he talking about? But I'll post the picture. So I appreciate everyone. We got about 5 more minutes left, and I want individuals to do this. How we're closing. I told you guys about how you feeling. If we're grading it A to F, you give yourself that rate yourself. I'm not saying on how you look, but how you feel. Man, I'm a B today. I'm actually at an A. I did what I wanted to do. I showed up. Oh, dang, man, I'm at an F. I ain't feeling it. But there's something that you didn't do. Be a man and woman of your word. That's a key thing. Do what you say you're going to do. And, man, if you slip up sometime, hey, man, we slip up. But allow yourself to slip up. Don't judge yourself to a point where you can't pull yourself out of that judgment. Like, dang, man, I made a mistake, or I didn't really show up for myself. In the next moment, the next second, you could show up differently. You could show up differently right there. Guys, I really enjoy with you guys. I do this for fun. I told you I wake up, I eat, sleep, and breathe this counselship. This is what I'm doing. Mr. Saylee, Safe Space Saylee, this is what I do. So in the closing minutes, I want individuals to realize this. When you're seeing this video, whether you're on the live or you're seeing it later, you gotta make sure. I want to give everyone a task too. Let's say you already do it. If you do it some more. Keep it up. Go into the mirror, whether it's 2 times a day, whether you brush your teeth in the morning or night, or even every time you use the restroom. Look into that mirror and say, I love you. Thank you for showing up. I really love what you're doing. I really loved our day. Or I love the day that we're going to create. Everything that you do turns to gold. You are the most powerful being on the planet. I just gave y'all a little token. I just gave y'all a secret right there. But see, that's how when you raw, that's how it comes out. You got to tell yourself these things, at least until you believe it too. And then it ends up forming and changing and shifting that way. Like, dang, I really believe. Hold on, they talking about something. I think they were saying with the live. Sorry about that, guys, on that end. They want to make sure they got all this verification. Make sure that you're human and all that. We out here in 2 minutes, but I want individuals to know this. If you're, loving yourself, one of the key things that I was saying, making sure that you're telling yourself these things. Record a video. Get in your front-facing camera. You take all them selfies. Go ahead and record a quick video. It can be 15 seconds. I love how you're showing up. I love exactly what you're doing. I love how you're made. I love what you're doing, and we're going to improve each and every day, each and every moment. And we can't lose. We can't even lose. we're gonna make sure that we win, regardless of how, however life looks. We're gonna make sure that we're creating the world, and the world isn't creating us. So another one right there I just gave you guys. Got a lot of gems gonna be coming through. That's how it has to happen. So I definitely love all you guys. Thank you for just sitting with me. I'm gonna load this up. Hopefully I do the replay. Gonna definitely load this up. Everyone that has joined, I see. I'm gonna be a lot more interactive, but I wanted to get this out. This needed to come out because it's very important to me. This is something that's been on my heart. I've been wanting to do for a while. So I also want to encourage you guys as well to do what you say you're going to do. There's something you know you need to do. Make sure that you do it on that part. Make sure that you do it on that end. Shout out to everybody who's coming in. But I said we were going to be on for an hour. We're on for an hour. And I appreciate that we went through all of the things that I wanted to. There isn't anything left. We're going to close like this with the Safe Space Saylee show. Like the Safe Space Saylee show. The Safe Space Saylee show. The Safe Space Saylee show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. Alright, guys, so I really do appreciate all y'all. Right there, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna post this up. Alright, guys, love you all. Make sure that you love yourself. Alright, peace.